Let's see. So this is treason. Tell us how Donald Trump circumventing Payam Bondi and Kash Patel and calling these people and go, don't you dare release this stuff to them. And those people sitting in on a meeting with nobody taking notes going, look, I'm going to tell them not to release shit to you and you're going to just pretend to be outraged.
Treason, which I have never made before that I can remember.
Yeah.
He says treason all the time. Of course you do.
A big deal. You usually very much stay away from this sort of thing. So
Yeah, you'd never make accusations of something like this. Seriously.
I mean, I'm interested to see where this goes.
I don't know. Out the window, up his ass.
So let me pick up on what we have seen, because we have watched those in power twist the rule of law into a weapon against the innocent.
Okay, he's reading off a piece of paper, so he had to consume these thoughts in a way. So this is Glenn using ChatGPT. Like, take my stupid idea and make it sound more like news,
while shielding the guilty over and over and over again.
Hey, what can I tell you? You know, Trump was in office when Epstein was arrested. He died in jail or vanished or escaped or whatever he did, and then the evidence disappeared. And now that Trump's back in office, you're getting the flim-flam from the people he's put in office. Meanwhile, all the information that you do have was released under the Biden administration.
The Biden laptop.
Yeah.
Whistleblowers who just told the truth, destroyed by our FBI and DOJ.
Sorry, where's this laptop? What laptop are we talking about?
The guilty over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. The Biden laptop. Innocent whistleblowers.
Sorry, but there's just a Biden laptop. It's a family-owned one. You're not even calling it the Hunter Biden laptop anymore. It's just collectively owned by the Bidens.
Just told the truth. Destroyed by our FBI and DOJ.
I'm sorry. Were they obliterated? Were they get shot by a laser from DARPA?
To find out later that those whistleblowers were correct.
Like who?
That the FBI and DOJ had known those things were true for years.
What things?
But it didn't matter to them.
No, of course not. It doesn't matter that they knew these things were true, that we don't know what he's talking about, but we assume because he said Biden laptop that they must be related, and yet they aren't. By the way, Trump's been in office for 38 days now, 37, something like that. And where's the laptop? I mean, the actual one, the physical one. Where is it? I'm sure hey, parade that motherfucker. Soon as you guys figure out whether or not the sticker on that says Beau Biden Cancer Foundation is a plastic laminate one or a fabric one that was a backstage pass for an event, and that's what was stuck on it. You can't remember, or you don't know, or it's made up. As soon as you figure out, because you don't want to fuck that up, and you'd have to do a little bit of research, and you're too busy, I guess, redacting Trump's name from Epstein documents to do that. I'm dead serious. Where the fuck is this laptop that they allege exists? The only person I've ever seen go, I would like to enter the laptop into evidence was Matt Gaetz, and he was holding up a hard drive that he got from Rudy Giuliani that was named laptop.
It protected their power. We've seen medical professionals now not just run what I believe is the largest medical experiment at scale.
Oh, I'm sorry. So COVID, which again, the censorship around COVID, Operation Warp Speed, which I beg your pardon, Operation Fart Steed.
Captain's log.
Started under Trump. And it's one of the reasons why none of these assholes trust the vaccine is because it was made too fast, even though Trump, again, called it Operation Fart Steed.
Captain's log.
Yeah. Which is why people don't trust it, because it seemed rushed. Operation Warp Speed sounds like you're not really checking safety first. You're just in a big fucking hurry. And you want everybody to know you're in a big fucking hurry. That doesn't stand, but that's Biden's fault. Yes? That's Biden's fault? Okay.
Scale that Mengele would have never imagined.
No, I think there's nothing that Mengele couldn't imagine. He was a very imaginative fellow. The dude experimented on twins, for fuck's sake.
and forced the twisted cures after creating the curse of COVID.
Sorry, you mean ivermectin? You mean proof that we have that Joe Rogan and anybody that was helped by taking ivermectin clearly had worms and just announced it to the world?
All in the name of their god, money and power.
Yes, something Trump is disgusted by.
But those same,
As is Elon Musk. I think both of them, with the money and the power. Who wants it?
trusted medical professionals then committed treason, I believe, against the most sacred and the precious among us, our children. They began to butcher and mutilate children under the banner of progress.
I think that's a trans thing.
Prosecutors have targeted parents who dare protect their children.
No. Nobody was ever been targeted for protecting their children. If they threatened to blow up the vice principal's car at a meeting, they might have gotten a fucking phone call, as you would.
Bureaucrats amass wealth and influence.
Listen to this asshole just like reading this weird little monologue. This is ChatGPT, by the way. This is or Grok probably. This is Grok. Like, if Elon Musk wanted me to do a monologue on my show, what would be in it? And that's what he's reading. This is exactly what he's reading.
Selling you out. Now, when it comes to the Epstein files,
Trump is all over them.
the tapes, the documents, the proof of evil.
That Trump was involved in. Yes, again, proof of evil. And I've said it before, and I will say it again, and I will keep saying it until everybody says it. Here's the thing. How long, maggots in the chat room, if you're there, trolls, anybody who actually supported or voted for Trump in your deluded state, I'm going to try and break through with you right now. How long would you be friends with Jeffrey Epstein before you knew he was a pedophile? A year? 2 years? 5 years? 7 years? 10 years? 12? 13? 17 years? Would it take you 20 years? 22 years? Would it take you 24 years? Would it take you a quarter century to figure out Jeffrey Epstein's a pedophile? I probably should lose his number. Because Trump's still not convinced. He thinks Ghislaine Maxwell, who helped Jeffrey Epstein procure victims, is innocent and a victim of the system. And so these guys pretending to give a shit is the biggest farce you've ever seen.
Away, not to protect justice, but to protect the powerful.
Yes, like the president of the United States, the currently sitting president, the head of the Republican Party, the best friend of the fucking Saudis and Vladimir Putin. Shut the fuck up.
That's not incompetence. That is not negligence.
No, that's standard maggot Trump world.
This is a calculated assault on everything that we hold dear.
You allegedly hold dear because you can't support Trump and actually give a shit about these things at all. Shut the fuck up. Like, you don't actually care. Don't pretend you give a fuck about what happens to children when you've defended Donald Trump, who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for that long, and looked the other way or was comfortable with it. Shit, you have Jim Jordan on your goddamn show. I don't want to hear it.
I have always said, when you negotiate or when you are serious about something, never, ever threaten.
What? When you're serious about something, never, ever threaten. Apparently, Trump hasn't gotten the memo. Did you see the bullshit today?
Make promises.
And then what? Break them?
Oh, this is a promise, not a threat. This is a certainty.
Uh-oh. Anybody else feeling nervous right now? Glenn's coming for us.
Those in the deep state should understand.
You mean Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and Elon Musk and the Doge bags and everybody that Trump has put in there to stand between the will of the voters in the House and the Senate and the people they represent and the SCOTUS itself and real accountability in government that protects him from the comeuppance that he deserves in being friends with Jeffrey Epstein and effectively he should have been a co-defendant for years. You mean that? You mean that deep state?
Things have changed. The American people are waking up, and every day more eyes are open, more voices will rise and join the voices of those who are awake. More hearts burn with the realization that this cannot stand.
That's not true, are they? Yeah, well, I mean, maybe on our side of the aisle, sure. Yeah. I mean, every time Trump fucks up more, we're increasingly enraged or whatever. But your side is completely comfortable with this shit, you dummy.
And this administration
is run by a guy who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, according to Jeffrey Epstein.
This clear-eyed, resolute administration.
Very clear-eyed, resolute in making sure that none of the stuff about Trump and his relationship with Epstein sees the light of day if they can help it.
Is unlike anything I have, and I think most people have seen in their lifetime.
Yes, that's true. I've never seen someone who was an open and avowed friend of a convicted pedophile. Two of them, by the way. You know what? I apologize, Glenn. I've been selling him short. I've been really focusing on the fact that Epstein was the main pedophile in Trump's life when Roy Cohn, famously said, Roy Cohn, people will know that Roy Cohn wasn't a gay man. Roy Cohn was a straight man who fucked boys. That was the Roy Cohn quote, I think, right? And Trump considered him his mentor. So that's two. Maybe Glenn needs a third. Maybe that's what it is. You get a mulligan on the first two pedophiles you're friends with for decades. And that you still, by the way, tout as like he still builds up Roy Cohn's bona fides around those, in his business circles and talks about how amazing he was.
They will not and must not play the games of the past. They will not and cannot.
What the fuck is this diatribe? Grow the fuck up, man.
Negotiate with those who barter our future for their own.
Our future.
Gain. They will and must not look away from the crime.
Musk not, I think, is the ironic. Yeah.
People, the powerful people that are protected by a corrupt division or agents of the FBI.
You mean like Donald Trump under his own orders?
They will and they must end the game that this country has been playing for the powerful and the elites, not on some levels, but on every single level.
Okay, so Glenn Beck is calling for the resignation of Donald Trump then?
Must come to an end.
Yes, I completely agree. Let's just get him out of there right away. Look at you, Glenn. We share something. This is great.
A lot of people don't know.
Oh, shut the fuck up. People don't know that I have pain. Right. Golf pain. Something. Right.
I believe.
The children are our future. But they're also Donald Trump's past.
Based on, well, if I were president.
That's adorable.
Based on what we've seen with the...
If you were president, you would release these things. Because, Glenn, you're not in them. Bless your stupid, pudgy, gelatinous, I guess, clogged little heart.
FBI, just on this, let alone all the other things we've seen just in the last week.
You haven't seen shit in the last week.
That today, because there was an 8 a.m. deadline, or perhaps this weekend, you should see the first steps, the arrests at the highest echelons of the FBI and DOJ.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to get some files that are sitting on his fucking desk that Trump told them not to deliver. And they're going to get them. And Pam Bondi's going to have 2 weeks to go, well, can't say that. Well, can't say that. Well, can't say that. And Glenn wants people rounded up and fucking arrested. Dude, they can't even find the 10 million illegals that are allegedly running around. Aren't there 20 to 25 illegals and, million illegals in the country? And whatever. Homan's got what? 23,000 arrests, which is right in line with the Biden administration and the Obama administration, too. Shit, the only administration that's had lower numbers besides Bush is the last Trump administration.
Not out of spite, but out of duty.
Sorry.
These people should be perp walked if this is true.
I agree. Let's get Trump in an orange jumpsuit with cuffs on.
Handcuffs on those who think that they are untouchable. No.
I'm sorry, you're arresting people for how they think? Cool. Sounds great. Sounds very free to me.
vengeance, but as justice.
Sure, I agree. Justice for the victims of Trump and Epstein. Sure.
The rule of law and the Constitution demands it. The Constitution itself requires it. And I think we, the people, deserve it.
I got to say, I preferred the old Glenn where he would just kind of ramble and sniffle and drink a big Sonic milkshake while he was doing the show and stuff. These little Grok/ChatGPT monologues are boring. And it's like look, dude, you're never going to be Obama. You're never going to rouse people with your speech. No one is ever going to listen to Glenn Beck and go, oh my God, ever. That's not happening. Find another way to communicate.
And if it doesn't happen when our FBI is in open rebellion, then come next week, we need to demand why. Why?
Why? Why would the FBI run by Kash Patel and the Justice Department run by Pam Bondi under Donald Trump not be completely forthcoming about the Epstein files? I'm racking my fucking brain. Does anybody know?
Isn't this happening? If they're in open rebellion, why haven't you shut that office down?
I'm going to go with because they aren't. They're actually following the orders of the president.
And listen, if you are one of those people who have chosen the path of defiance, hear my promise to you clearly.
Uh-oh, Glenn's going to come for y'all. Look out. Oh, shit. If you hear that waddle coming up behind you, it sounds like the penguin with wet, squishy feet. That's Glenn. He's coming for you. Check your 6, FBI.
You continue down this road at your own peril.
Bam. Glenn, there's the news of the night. Glenn Beck is threatening to kill FBI agents who don't act quickly enough, even if they have been told not to act at all by the sitting president.
Times have changed.
Don't go shonging.
You are not the rulers of this country. You are its servants.
Uh-oh, now we're getting kinky.
The country doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us.
To we the people.
All of us.
Which would include you. So, I don't know how that works. So you're saying the FBI aren't citizens. Maybe that's the problem. Glenn, there you go. Maybe the FBI has been overrun by illegal immigrants. Everybody who works there is like, no hablo inglés. Right? Is that what you think?
Both Republican, Democrat, and yes, even those smart enough to lead the way away from those two imposters and become independent, beholden only to the truth and to the Constitution and her people.
I wish I should have. Let's see. I probably do have it. Hold on one second. I have to move it over here. There we go. Try to put this up here. I'm sure. Yeah, we need like proper audio for his speech. I think it's this one, right? Yeah, pretty close.
This people, we the people.
This people, these people, you people, the people, some people. I believe the children are our peoples.
First in human history, created a constitution that you swore to uphold, not to subvert.
Oh, I see. Look, it's a mistake anybody could make.
You've mistaken your positions.
I would never mistake my positions. Well, it happened once. I was pulled over, and a police officer told me to assume the position. I was way off.
For power. Your influence for invincibility.
My influence or invincibility? Why would you need influence if you were invincible? I'm overthinking it. That's what it's.
But the tide has turned.
Sure it is. The turd is tied.
The American spirit, no matter what you did to it,
Yeah, you spanked it.
battered, beat it up, it's not unbroken.
No, it isn't. It's a little ragged. It smells. I think it was in the washing machine too long before you put it in the dryer, so it's got a bit of a mildew thing. You might want to run it again. I'm just saying. On steam.
In fact, it is rising to meet you.
Boing, 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 boing. Why don't I have a boing? Why in the world don't I have a boing sound effect? Just so wrong. I have to. No. It's got to be in here somewhere. God damn it. Door chime. No. I need a sound set too. No, that wouldn't be it. Yeah, I've got to find it. I'll do it later. I'll create a boing. Just assume it. Boing.
And this time, because it knows exactly the evil it's dealing with,
Yeah, it does. It does. Whatever it is.
especially if you are covering the crimes of sex with minors, we understand that is evil.
Yeah, I completely agree, Glenn. Hang on one second. I want to look up something. I need to check something real quick. Let's see. I don't know why anybody would, let's see, like anybody would cover up that kind of stuff. Obviously, can't be trusted, right? We don't, these kind of gatherings, you wouldn't put up with this kind of stuff, would you? For years, if you didn't know, you know what I mean? And if you know, you would cover up for that kind of stuff over time. Look, he met him just once a day for 6 years. Sure, why not? Yeah, there he is. Okay, it's all right. Yeah, they just hung out and stuff. Never mind the fact that this guy, whatever his real name is co-owner of Twitter. So if you use Twitter, you're putting money in his pocket to pay for his defense. Not a big deal, but, it is a thing. Just saying. All right, what was this again?
This administration, backed by the will of the majority of those who voted, will not flinch. You think Donald Trump's going to flinch? You think Donald...
Yeah, I think he's flinching. I think that's exactly what the complaint is. I think he's... And again, did you not see the Fox interview where he said he wasn't going to release the Epstein files because there's a lot of phony stuff in there?
Trump's afraid of you? Donald Trump will act legally, constitutionally, but decisively to restore what you seek to dismantle.
What? The wall protecting him from finding out?
In this, evidence goes missing all of a sudden. Tapes vanish. Files are shredded.
All of a sudden, largely this stuff is said to have evaporated in 2019 when Trump was president and Epstein was arrested. When the FBI raided his under Trump after he'd fired Comey and replaced him with his dude, the stuff went missing. It didn't go missing in the why the fuck would Biden hide it, you dummy?
Happens.
If Trump is the savior and Biden hates his guts and wants to bring down America, why would he hide the stuff on Trump?
What happens? Do you think this president does nothing?
Nothing worthwhile, sure.
If that happens, this president has every right, and in fact, the duty demand accountability and then put those people up for trial. But I believe, for the first time in my life, I believe that trial should be a trial of treason.
Boom. A trial of treason. Donald Trump, according to Glenn Beck, ladies and gentlemen, who's oddly licking his lips as he's talking about this kind of barf, believes Donald Trump is guilty of treason. I guess the headline, breaking, Glenn Beck says Donald Trump guilty of treason.
If it is proven that you aided and abetted the worst of humanity.
You're kidding, right? I mean, dude, for real? This is, we're going to go, hold on. Aided and abetted. There you go. Really? We're just going to go that whole route. We're just going to, we'll just jump straight into this while this is loading, and then we'll jump back to here and here. Reload, you crazy thing. There you go. We're just, sorry, what were you saying, Glenn? About aiding and abetting the worst in humanity? What was this?
If it is proven that you aided and abetted the worst of humanity, that you shielded those who preyed on the defenseless, betrayed your oath for either your personal gain or for someone else's elite privileges,
sure,
then treason isn't just a word. Treason is a charge.
Boom, is a charge. Well, he'll put it on his card, I have no doubt.
And the courts, not the mobs, not the machines, will weigh the evidence.
Yeah, that's what they did with Ghislaine Maxwell and what they were going to do with Jeffrey Epstein, but Epstein died or escaped under Trump, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Trump wished her well. So
2 witnesses, an overt act. That's the bar.
That's all you need? Two witnesses? I'm fairly certain. I mean, did these 2 count as witnesses, or were they participants? Maybe you have to find somebody else. I mean, there were a lot of people at that party, so, I mean, how about any of these folks? There's 2 over here. How about this couple? How about these people over here? How about whoever the photographer was? How about that? There's more than 2 witnesses in this situation. Files released. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Look at these assholes holding up their little binders, which, by the way, are very small compared to what Greg Kelly was holding up. Isn't that weird? They were given these binders, and Greg Kelly held up these giant, like, printed out pages. Was there like a few pages, like a summary, and then they got a thumb drive and a folder for the thumb drive? Is that what that was? Did you get the idea, though, that they attacked Zelensky today to draw attention away from this shit because the right wing is flipping the fuck out, that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are in on it, the fix is in to protect the powerful, and Donald Trump really, really wants all the information about Jeffrey Epstein to come out, but god damn it.
Cross it.
The deep state is stopping him.
Consequences are yours and yours alone.
Listen to this whole fucking written monologue from this dickhead.
No one should interpret anything I've said as trying to create fear.
No. Never. I mean, obviously, treason, you're killed for that, but whatever.
I've been very careful on what I've said because this is about clarity. Evil must be stopped. And
sure, I guess. I mean, yeah. Just a lot of that. I guess what you mean by evil is, something that happened on a laptop that you've never seen.
Stop it with chaos or mobs. You stop it with constitutional order.
Okay, so maybe the FBI field office at SDNY has a legal reason why they haven't shared it with the Justice Department, because they're in an ongoing investigation to deal with whether or not Epstein's actually dead, or whether Ghislaine Maxwell can have an appeal or any of that. So to make sure that they keep her in jail and get to the bottom of whatever happened to him, they're not sharing stuff with people that were part and parcel to the crime when it happened the last time.
Don't do it with vigilantes. You do it with the law, the Bill of Rights, the constitutions, the principles of liberty. They're not suggestions. They're the bedrock of our nation.
All right, this is just lazy. I got to say, all of these assholes
and Pam Bondi was phase one.
Are like phase one. Are all just tap dancing around this. And oh, thanks, Andrea, for putting this. Yeah, this would be. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is the Epstein docs as they like currently exist. Like everything that's available that's been around for a long time. All the like, and the interesting part. Let's see if I can show you this. Let's see if we scroll down because some of this is Jeffrey stuff. This is the flight log should be further down here. These are after the lawsuits. Yeah, here you go. So see these. See the quality of these in here. This is specific to her or whatever. But you can see how the writing is very dark and easily readable on this. Look how dark these things are. Look how clear they are in these documents, right? Let me see. I can put this over here so you can build this up. Now, what I want to do is, give me 1 second, and then I'm going to sign off early because I've got a show tonight. Let's see. Justice.gov Epstein files, something like that. Okay. Justice Department, okay, Attorney General Pam Bondi releases first, there you go, first phase. This is why they're all saying phase 1 because they're on the team. Let me show you what the stuff looks like that she released. And we'll compare these two. Let me put this in here. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of this. And then go back to this. Here you go. Let's check this out, shall we? Give me 1 second. Hide this. This is Attorney General Pam Bondi released first phase of declassified Epstein files. Now, she knew this was the first phase or whatever, but here's the flight log released in U.S. v. Maxwell, part 1 through 6. By the way, these are all from the New York trial. SDNY had these. Contact book redacted, masseuse list redacted. The fact they call them masseuses is gross. I mean, underage victim list, I think, is how you would do it. But and then evidence list, which is just blather. Like, this is just this is just shit that's on, like, this actually just shows how many envelopes they have. They took these things and then they wrapped these things in red envelopes and cellophane to preserve them, or he did, and they were like wrapped in these things to protect them. And this is like a huge hard drive, 100 hard drives, 1 Seagate path, 100 hard drives, whatever. Like, I don't even know that 100 gig hard drives, 100 hard drives in it. Like, good Lord. All this kind of stuff. But point being is this is the evidence list. So fucking what? Unless we see what's in the evidence, what does this tell you? A size 8 black women's cowboy boots in a box? That's evidence? Right. Okay. So that's the first thing on there. Then you look at the flight logs, and you'll notice some of them are dark like this, but the rest of them are oddly shitty. Like, there's a mix of just blurred, especially like this stuff. Look at that. Like, unreadable. And there are a bunch of them of Trump's that are clear in these documents, right? But they are blurry in her copy. See, here's where we get, there's some darker ones, and these are faded. There's a mishmash. Look at this one. Just like this, somehow it's like, I don't know why. This is barely legible. Look at this page. Excellent. You know, you're not going to go in there and, like, clean that shit up? Shocking, I tell you. Look at this one. Dates are all over the place. Here you go. Then we get into the well-copied ones. Here's some more. And again, Trump is in some of these. Maybe it's just because it goes back further than he admits. Is that what we're going with? And let's see if this is 1,000 pages. Page 960, page 963. Exhibits under seal in the Joffrey case. Like, this is a ton of stuff. And this is just I think this is just the legal filing parts of it, yes? Yeah. Filed under seal. That's her ID. when she was underage, what it includes, like any evidentiary hearings that they had and the replies that they put forward and all this stuff in the case against her or against Maxwell. Meanwhile, these are just kind of stuff that's available on the web already. And it looks like they went back and softened, well, we knew he was friends from this point on. We won't be able to hide it. So, well, let's hide the ones that were before that so we can lie about when they started hanging out, when they started flying together, and whether you could attach it to flights that he had made that were connector flights. And also, we know that Epstein flew on Trump's plane a few times. The question is, where did they go besides West Palm Beach? I want to say that one of these is the Trump ones in here. Hold on. Command plus. Alan Dershowitz. One male, one female. There's John Glenn on one flight. Two, but not back. Larry Shannon. Andy Stewart. There's a lot of phony stuff. Right. Glenn Dubin and a baby and a nanny. Yeah. These have all been available, though. Oh, there's Celina Midelfart. Hey, look at that. So, for those of you who don't know, Celina Midelfart. I know, it's hilarious, right? Celina Midelfart. There she is again. Funny old Celina Midelfart. There's Celina again. She's flying on this one. She's back and forth a couple of times or whatever. Who the fuck is Celina Midelfart? Anybody? Yeah, that was Trump's girlfriend before Melania. Introduced to him by Jeffrey Epstein. This is the... Whoops. Get back in here, you crazy. There we go. So, for those of you that don't know, let me try back to here. Chat room. Celina Midelfart was Trump's girlfriend. There she goes. Meet Celina Midelfart, the glamorous Norwegian businesswoman Donald Trump allegedly dumped for Melania. She was dating him. She was basically assigned to him by, as a temp, probably, by Jeffrey Epstein to keep tabs on him. And yeah, so she met Trump in 98 at the Kit Kat Club in New York at a party thrown by Paolo Zampoli. This is the owner of the modeling agency. Their courtship story is a chase. It is a backdrop as louche. Donald saw Melania. Donald asked Melania for a number, but Donald had arrived with another woman, the Norwegian cosmetic heiress, Celina Midelfart. So Melania refused. Donald persisted. Who is she? Midelfart, seriously, stop it. Now 43, born in Oslo, granddaughter of the founder of Midelfart Cosmetics. Huge, very successful. She became the company's chairwoman in 2000, 5 years after her father's death. She holds a BS from London School of Economics and earned a degree from NYU Stern School of Business in 98, which was funded by Epstein, insofar as we know. The NYU, at least the Stern School of Business one. It was while working at the latter she rented an apartment in Trump Tower and was linked to Donald himself, though he's always denied that they were romantically involved to the press. She also reportedly dated British pop star Robbie Williams and Håkon, Crown Prince of Norway. Today, she has one child with her partner, fellow Norwegian business magnate Tor Olav Trøim. Like every other rich, beautiful heiress, whatever. Yeah. Oh, time check. Thank you very much. What time is it? Let's see. She's often in her homeland's press for titillating news as building a vacation home, carrying a fun and wacky handbag, or hiring a babysitter, childminder. In 2015, she broke 6 costume rules while wearing traditional dress and blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, she dated Trump for a while. That's her. And that's her and Robbie Williams or whatever. Yeah, she's a rich lady. And basically her schooling was paid for or guided by Epstein was the idea. And there she is in the fucking flight logs that we were just looking at. Celina Midelfart. What do you know? I gotta go. I got a show tonight. Patreon folks, we will see you this evening. And those that are showing up, I will talk to you guys there. I have a special gift for you when you arrive. Let me know. Don't let me forget afterwards, because I will, because my brain gets all caught up in stuff. And let me clarify something as best I can. The dust up with Zelensky today was to cover the fact that Pam Bondi shit the bed on the Epstein files, and MAGA is mad. And Trump has no intention of further incriminating himself in that world. And the more files come out, the more that will happen. And there's stuff, I would argue, even beyond that. If she asks for everything, regardless of where it gets, that means anything the FBI came up with that they either were thought was too sensitive, or they thought was fabricated, or they thought was, perhaps compromise or something, or was used as blackmail against Trump, and specifically for that reason, which they would keep out of a lot of these things as evidence, maybe to possibly in a blackmail trial later on or something like that. She wants all of it. She's not going to release all of it. She's going to do her best to hide Trump's part in it, or diminish or minimize his behavior around Epstein as much as possible. Same goes for Elon. So anyways, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I will talk to you later. Let me start my background music because I can. Hold on. Get out of here. It's this little file. There we go. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys on the radio show, the Housemark radio program, Mega Worldwide. Oh, and Andrea, we're going to use Ecamm tomorrow. So just a heads up. And I will talk to you guys then. And oh my gosh, and so much to do and other things. And now I got to relax before a show. And I got to remember to eat. That's very important. I've got to remember to eat. Because sometimes I don't. Hashtag Doge is a heist.